Oh yeah, it's like a 5-footer. Yeah, he's right there. About a 5-foot shark right there. I've been killing these guys on artificial. Look at that guy. But these are it right here. It is the Z-Man Trout Trick Thick Trick. And I've been waiting to get my hands on some of these. Alright. There we go. So that's what this thick trick does. Catches trout like this, huh? What's up, guys? Chris from Morecast. So I'm out here today again, chasing an inshore slam. Last trip was a little rough. Only caught a few fish, but hoping to do a little bit better today. Got out here right before sunup or so. I've had a couple blow-ups on top water. Nothing really committed yet. Still throwing the top water around a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna get out here. Salty Rich might be joining me a little later. Not sure yet if he's gonna make it out or not, but if he does, he's definitely gonna be in my video. But yeah, I'm gonna get out here today, you know, keep this intro short and sweet and try to get on some fish today. I'll see you guys soon. It's keeping them on's the hard, is the fun part. Oh, damn. Oh, man. I was on this jerk shad. Oh, man. So close, guys. I didn't point that last one. I didn't point at that last one. Let's see if we can get one more. Alright guys, so I've got actually two new Z-Man baits. They're fairly new actually in general. They only came out I think a few months ago. Definitely new to me. I've been waiting for the tackle store that I use to get them. I like to, you know, shop at my local tackle stores and stuff, so I don't try to buy offline if I don't have to. But these are it right here. It is the Z-Man Trout Trick Thick Trick, and I've been waiting to get my hands on some of these. They're really nice baits. There's this lure that I used to use called the Little John, made by Miro Lure, and I used to use it all the time, and these actually remind me of a Little John. So I got it in, you know, my favorite color right here, Beer Run. And then I also got it in, you know, another favorite color of mine is the Right Stuff. I usually don't throw this in spring really. I'll throw it a little bit in winter, but definitely like late summer and fall because the water clarity over here gets real dark. But that's the Right Stuff color, and that's the Beer Run color right there. And they remind me a lot of the Miro Lure Little John, and I used to throw that all the time. So I'm really excited to use these. I'm gonna throw it on a 1/4 ounce trout eye jig head today. Bounce it off the bottom, deeper areas and stuff. I can work it shallow too, but another great way to work this like during winter time is going to be on the Pro Bullets jig head. It's completely weedless. I'll throw it on like an 1/8 or a 3/16 ounce and, you know, run it across the flats, and I actually might even do that today. But yeah, that's the new bait that I'm using, and that's packaging right here. That's packaging right there, Trout Trick Thick Trick right there. I'm excited to use these, and what I like about these packages also, if you look on the back right there, it gives you directions on how to use it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on a 1/4 ounce jig head. I'm gonna try these out. I'm really excited to use these. I think these are gonna have an advantage over the Lil John just because of the Lastech. So it's actually gonna sit there on the bottom, kind of wobble around. Whereas the Lil John, you know, you bounce it over, and if it sits too long, it wants to fall over. Oh yeah, it's like a 5-footer. Yeah, he's right there. It's about a 5-foot shark right there. Looks like a bull shark. There's another big snapper. I've been catching these left and right. I've been killing these guys on artificial. Look at that guy. Boop. This thing's swimming right at me. Oh, that was another snapper. He just threw the hook, but that was another snapper. Alright, first fish on this thick trick right here. A small trout. Oh! Small guy, little guy. Alright, let's get this thing out of his mouth. It's just a little guy. I figured this would do good. Little guy. Bye-bye, buddy. I figured that. Oh, there we go. So I'm coming onto this flat now. So I figured I'd start getting. That was a trout. I figured I'd start getting into some trout. All right. There we go. So that's what this thick trick does. Catches trout like this, huh? Oh yeah. This thick trick catches fish like this. Look at this thing right here. Let my hands. Oh, that's a beauty right there. It's that thick trick right there. Oh, right back in the net. All right. All right, right there. There's that thick trick. Right there. Beautiful trout right there. Go ahead and get him off. It's a beautiful trout. Alright, so one thing I love about my Hobie is I don't have to pull the drive. There's this bungee right here that comes with it, and it actually holds this up, and what happens is it puts the fins up against the bottom of the kayak. So I'm able to drift all this without having to pull my drive out and have it all in the way. But this is one thing I do really love about my compass. TA is over next month, so oh, there's another shark. Little guy, little bonnet head. Now I think it's funny because I posted a video on one of my YouTube shorts, and it was a sound that I found. It was a sound, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's a freaking great!" Like the dude's freaking out saying it's a great white, and I just thought it would be really funny to put that sound with a little tiny bonnet head, you know, kind of like a little joke. And so many people took that so literal. I was like, guys, that's not me yelling. That's a sound I attached to it. You can see in the bottom corner that it's a sound, that it wasn't me. But I just thought it was so funny that everyone took it so literal that it was a great white. This is why I went with the Hobie, because look how shallow this is. You would have had to take your drive out if you had like an old town to get across this, and I can just flutter kick right across it with no problems. That's the reason I went with the Hobie. It is so much of a better kayak for, you know, shallow water fishing, and I do a lot of shallow water fishing. It gets so much shallower. You figure it's maybe 8 inches here, maybe 10 inches. What's up, guys? So that's the end of the video today. It was a pretty short day. I called it pretty early. I seen a couple of redfish and I seen a couple snook, but you know, it just got so hot and I got stuff I gotta do anyways a little bit later, so I decided to get off the water. It's gonna be a nice short video today. I told you guys, I say it every video. I post every video. I post every trip I take. Doesn't matter if I catch anything or not. But I feel like most of my subscribers, if they've been around for this long, they're along for the entire adventure, like everything, you know, not just catch fish, catch fish, catch fish. So that's the way I look at it, at least. And that's the way I feel about it. I feel like it's just a fun adventure that I'm doing, and you guys get to follow along. So I don't know if you follow my Instagram or not, but I'll put it up here and down in the description. Go follow my Instagram. I've been doing a lot of work on vehicles lately. I had to replace my front CV axles in my truck, plus the sway bar links, plus brakes. And then my fiance's car, I had to do the radiator fan, and today I have to go do the thermostat. So I've just been doing a lot of work on cars lately. That's usually what I'm doing in my spare time, is fixing stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta do that later on today, so I decided to call it early. I'm gonna go meet my fiance for lunch, and then we're gonna go and I'm gonna go tear her car apart. But anyways, this fun day out there, you know. I ended up meeting up with Salty Rich. It was awesome to get back out fishing with him again. You know, I really enjoy fishing with him. We fish very similar ways. We like to fish the same areas and stuff. So it was really fun to get out there with Salty Rich. I'll put his YouTube description down below. I didn't get too much footage of him or anything he did. We kind of stayed a little separate for most of the morning, and then eventually we ended up meeting back up and fished a little bit together, but not much. Not enough for me to get any footage of him. So go check out his YouTube video from today so you can get his point of view from today, what he did. I know he jumped the tarpon. I jumped the tarpon, and last minute, that very last jump, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just in a daze and I lost it. I forgot the point. But I mean, tried out a new soft plastic today, that thick trick. I really like that lure, guys. I really like that bait. So I think I'm going to be throwing that a lot more. I used to throw the Little John all of the time. Back before I used Z-Man or anything, I threw the Little John a lot. That was one of my favorite things to throw. I throw it all year, and this thing reminds me of Little John, but on steroids. I mean, it's way tougher. It's got more action, so I'm just really excited. And as soon as I put it on, you guys seen it caught fish. So it was fun trying out a new lure. I've got some really big news in my next video. I will reveal that. I'm really excited for that. But you have to wait till my next video in order to see that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. My goal, my end of the year goal, is to be at 2,000. At 2,000, I'm gonna do a really big giveaway. I was gonna do a giveaway at 1,500, but I'm shooting for 2,000, guys. So by January 1st, I want to be at 2,000 subscribers. That is my goal. I'm gonna do a big giveaway. I'm gonna do a hat. Not this one, but I have one already at home. It says One More Cast, has my logo on it and stuff. I'm gonna do a hat. I'm throwing a bunch of soft plastics, whichever soft plastics I did, you know, great with this year. I'm gonna throw in terminal tackle. I'm probably gonna throw in like a Busby box or a Beyond box. I'll probably throw in some braid. I'm gonna throw in a huge, it's gonna be a really good giveaway. I'm probably gonna spend about $100 to $150 on this next giveaway I want to do. So I mean, I know it's not a lot of money, but I mean, my last giveaway I think I spent like 60 bucks on. So this one I almost want to double it. So help me get to 2,000, guys. Like my videos, comment on my videos. Every like I get helps. Every comment I get helps. And you guys just share my videos. And also, if you haven't yet, you know, I was in this month's issue of USA Kayak Fishing Magazine. Go check that out. I'll put the link of that down in the description also, with the pages that I am on. Go check that out. It was a really great article. The owner of the company, Roy, did an excellent job of describing pretty much my fishing adventure. So yeah, go check that out. Like I said, like, subscribe. I can't say enough. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Fall's coming up. It's about to get into some decent fishing. It's supposed to get into some really good fishing soon. Fall is my favorite. Fall and winter are my two favorite times to fish. It's summer right now. I do not like fishing in the summer. Summer is my least favorite time to fish. But we're about to get into some really nice fishing. So about to get into some more camping also. I have a playlist on my channel. If you go check out the playlists, I've got 3 different playlists. I got my actual videos. Then I have a tackle talk one. That's a bunch of tackle information, terminal tackle, you know, kayaks, stuff about my kayaks, crate builds, all sorts of stuff in that one. And then also I have a camping playlist. Go check out my camping playlist. Once it starts to cool down, start to get into the late fall, I'm gonna start doing a bunch of camping. I think last year I went camping 2 or 3 times. This year I want to go I want to make at least five or so camping videos. So check out that playlist. Thanks to everybody that watches my videos, shares my videos, likes my videos. I appreciate it a lot, guys. You guys really don't know what it means to me. So I'm using YouTube really to set me up for future goals that I have. I'm not going to talk about all those goals now just because they're, you know, 2-3 years down the road. But once it gets closer in time, you know, I'm not going nowhere. I'm still going to be making videos. I'm still going to be doing lure tests. If you guys want to see specific videos, let me know. Put it down in the comments, guys. Or if you want, you know, send me a message on Instagram. Just tell me, hey, I watch your YouTube videos. I'll accept that request, and, you know, follow me on my Instagram. Go check out my Instagram. Like I said, I'll put it up here down in the description somewhere. I put a bunch of stuff on my Instagram, guys, that I don't even put in on my YouTube channel. So go check out my Instagram. Go check out my TikTok. You know, I put a bunch of videos on my TikTok also, but honestly, my Instagram I put more on. So go check it out. Thank you guys again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification down at the bottom so you know if I want to post a new video. Remember, guys, there's always time for one more cast. I'll see you later.